TIFU by trying to help a ferret-owning Karen and assuming her pet. Just happened this weekend. I work at a large pet store here, and we had a middle-aged woman come in, looking around a little lost, like she didn't know where she was going. I noticed her while stocking shelves, and when I got closer to her it was obvious she was a ferret owner. If you know what I mean. Sorry, ferret people, but I can definitely always smell you. Probably more so because ferrets aren't descented here in the UK like they are in some places like the US, where I used to live. I don't mind much. I guess you can't. Working at a pet store, but it's certainly always noticeable on every single person I've ever rung up at the register who bought ferret supplies. So I thought, oh, that makes sense. The ferret stuff is a bit tucked away, so I said, "Excuse me. Are you looking for the ferret aisle? It's around that way." At first she seemed happy and thanked me, and started walking off in the direction I pointed. But then suddenly she stopped and faced me and said, "Wait a minute. How did you know?" Quote, "Well, that was awkward. I didn't know what to say, so I said, well, you know, I can just sort of tell. Working here, you know, or something dumb like that." She said, "You're trying to say I stink, don't you?" And I say, well, you know, every animal just has their own smell and it's okay. And she got upset and said, "Well, that was very rude. I'm not a slob. I showered just before coming here," and stormed off for the ferret aisle. Apparently she complained to my manager too, and he had a talk with me that he was glad I was trying to help a customer, but it's probably best not to try to sniff out ferret owners for expedited assistance. Point taken. TL. Doctor identified a ferret owner based on smell. She didn't appreciate it. Reminds me of my friend who had to help out in grad school with some study about to what extent is ferret odor a stressor in mice. She said the biggest takeaway was that it was quite the stressor of grad students, and that she was terrified that she'd spill it and stink for the rest of her life. Apparently they took more precautions with the harmless, small vial of musk than they did when pouring most acids. Ha ha ha. As a zookeeper I know the struggle. The primates aren't the stinkiest animals we have. Not even close. But their smells are disturbingly human-like and quite persistent. So after a long day around them I could easily be mistaken for someone who hasn't showered in the past decade. I've had people clamor to get away from me on the bus ride home after work. I never know whether to awkwardly apologize or just let it be. I try to wear a zoo t-shirt cap so they at least understand. I've heard that compared to some of the other keepers though, I've got it good. Ferrets aren't descented here in the UK like they are in some places like the US. Don't ferrets already have quite a smelly reputation here in the US? I thought that's the first thing anyone thinks of when they stink of them. How much worse could it be over there? I'm guessing this is a naive question. Fox owners are worse. Not as common, but I do have one acquaintance with one in Man. It's like it's radiating off of her. I can't even keep gifts she gives me because they smell like that. It's such a deeply foreign and nausea-inducing stink. Not like pee or poo at all. Very weird and unsettling. I can't take it. She's nice, but I don't hang out with her much for a reason. You live in an enclosed space with a glorified muskrat. No amount of showering will overcome the smell. Cruise control. Like asking someone who reeks of cigarettes if they might be looking for lighters. Awkward. But not really your fault. I suppose you could apologize and then say you can usually smell cat owners too? I mean, tact is great and all, but you were just trying to be helpful. I think if I was the manager I'd have a lot of trouble keeping a straight face. While I listened to someone who reeked of ferret complaining that you identified her stank correctly. Me being me, I'd have made it worse. She jumped to the, "You can smell ferret on me" conclusion really fast. I bet it's not the first time this has happened and she's self-conscious of it. Lol, this is great. It's like a mini superpower and I hope you'll find a way to continue using it, without getting in trouble at work of course. Lol, the boss wanted you to stop ferreting out the ferret owners.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.